Digits are live. Can you dig it?
Oh, that was a weird opening. It's a little bit different, which is fine. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning into Windy City Digits Live, our Wildcard Wednesday usual episode. Lot to talk about tonight. Mostly Bears, but
mostly Bears.
Tonight we'll start with the White Sox.
Well, why not?
Okay.
They're right over there, above me.
Tony La Russa is apparently experiencing some health issues and is being further evaluated, but it was announced today by the Sox that he would be out indefinitely, and that bench coach Miguel Cairo is taking over. First and foremost, I hope Tony La Russa is okay. I hope that nothing is seriously wrong with him. I hope he's fine. I hope there aren't any serious health issues there. But
he's 77 years old, man.
I don't think he should have been on the bench in the first place, right?
No, he shouldn't. I don't think he should ever got hired either. I am with you on that.
But
it was weird. They literally some of the Sox players didn't even realize he wasn't on the bench. What does that tell you? That his presence on the bench isn't needed?
Or they just don't pay attention to him. Maybe that's why the morale's so bad this year, right? I mean, what's up, Storm? Thanks for checking in. Skulks, what's going on, brother?
Dudes, Rolex, Tums.
Okay, look, here's my thing, right? If you're into conspiracy theories and all of that.
I heard about these. Yo.
What's up, Crowley?
I
can't help but to think the timing of this is a little odd. And this would just give them a convenient out, and Tony a convenient out to graciously step down without having to fire him.
Or
without Tony having to say that I'm stepping down.
Why would they do that now, though? I know you're saying that that's just a conspiracy theory. I don't think you believe that, right?
I just think the timing is odd. Look, you can't control health issues, right? You just can't. And when you're not feeling great, you go get yourself checked out, right? But obviously he's not feeling great. He's at the doctor, but I kind of wonder if if the Sox were in first place right now, is he feeling better?
Well, of course he would be. Maybe he's not under the amount of stress,
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe at 77. I mean, I don't know what kind of stress you have at 77. Like, you're 77, you have nothing left to lose. I mean, what do you care about what the pundits are saying, man? I think that's bogus. I think that conspiracy theory is nonsense.
I just think it just happens to be a gracious way for Tony La Russa to bow out, and the Sox don't have to fire him. And then his reputation isn't tarnished.
It's all right. It's already
with his being fired from his last job.
Oh, being fired, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's not
that way. His Hall of Fame career isn't ended by being fired.
He's not a good coach.
That's all I'm saying.
So. Well, and his players absolutely reek.
Well,
your team stinks, man.
They stink right now. I can't even watch them right now. It's so hard to watch them right now.
Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, really hard to watch. So
let's get over that. They're not going to win anything this year, and they've got some moves to make over the offseason. I don't know what you do as a White Sox fan.
Shohei.
You want Hayward?
Shohei.
Let's send Hayward to the Sox, guys. Cubs fans are all about getting rid of him.
I want Shohei Ohtani on the White Sox.
He's coming to the Cubs.
I want him on the Sox.
Sox can't afford anybody.
Trade away half the team. Get Shohei.
They don't have anyone coming to the stands. They can't pay anyone.
Yeah, don't be ripping on the Sox fans.
I just did. I just did.
All right, so let's move on to the bigger topic, I guess, for tonight. We'll talk Bears. And
Bears.
Usual cast of characters are here right now. So we did a video yesterday about the 53-man roster.
We did, didn't we? Yeah, to the Cubs. That's right, Crowley.
Crowley used to be on my good side
I think
list, but
the
you're
Cubs
slowly moving
fans.
the other side. So
yeah.
So the Bears. Let's start with the fact that they cut all those players yesterday. None of those players were picked up by another team today.
All right. So
which means they were able to re-sign a number of them back to the practice squad.
All right. So I got those suckers right here, buddy.
2, 4, 6, 10.
Are you counting?
Yeah, because I found I
where'd you get wait, before you continue, where did you get stuck? Because you stopped. Everybody wants to know what number was it that always stumps you?
Anything past 10 I always struggle with.
Crowley can
or anything past 1 in some instances. So you can have up to 16 players on the practice squad. The rules are a little goofy as to how many of experienced players and stuff like that, which we won't go into, but they re-signed 14 players that they cut of the 20 something they cut yesterday.
Yeah, I like some of them. I'm glad Graham's there because he's been injured and he's supposed to be worth a roster spot. I
agree. So, yeah, if I got to carry a number into the next column, it's not good news. So
that's why they made calculators, guys.
I apologize. I cut you off. Continue.
We don't need to do that anymore. I wasn't going to say much. It was the 2 receivers that we said were impressed us a little bit with Nasimba Webster, Isaiah Coulter. I think you were surprised.
I was surprised at Peterman.
Yes. But nothing too big there.
No, and I thought for sure Peterman was going to be picked up by another team, but he was not. But some of the players that we picked up today have actually been put onto the 53-man roster.
All right, so I'll pull that up for you and show everybody exactly who we got
through the magic of YouTube.
The magic of YouTube.
You're going to be able to pull up all these new players that we signed today.
Actually, it's just on the official Chicago Bears website, man. Free for everybody to look at, but we bring it straight to you. So they claimed 6 players off waivers.
Yep.
Okay, one of them is from the Eagles. Cornerback Josh Blackwell. I mean, and shocker, like how many cornerbacks did we say they had yesterday?
11 defensive backs total.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So, but we did talk about before that the Philadelphia Eagles had one heck. Actually, we were talking about their offensive line.
Offensive line, not their defensive backs.
Not their defensive backs. That is correct. All right. So you got Josh Blackwell. You got a defensive end, Kingsley Jonathan. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to say it backwards, man?
You can say it backward.
Can you spell it backwards, Carl? Nah.
Kingsley spelled backward is Kenga.
Yes, we did it for Harry Carey. All right. Hey, this one, we talked about this, that maybe they would pick up an offensive lineman, Alex Leatherwood, because he was a first-round draft pick at 17. The Raiders did not have very good luck trying to trade him. They were trying to trade him kind of like the Bears were with Tevin Jenkins, and everybody said no. So obviously he was underperforming, but there's potential there. It's kind of like
I was looking at this on Twitter today because the reaction to signing Leatherwood seemed to be mixed.
Yeah.
Some people thought that it was a terrible signing. Like he got burned left and right on the Raiders. He just couldn't block anyone. Yes, he storms right on it, right?
Willie Rove.
And so, but some people are also saying that this is the kind of guy that Poles wants on the team, right? A guy who has talent, who was given up on by another team, and to come in here and for lack of a better term, given a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think that's kind of what Poles has to do until next year. I don't think this is somebody who we would typically sign next year, but maybe you would do that for a practice squad type of player.
Look, the only thing I agree with this, like it's almost like taking a flyer, right? He had an $11 million contract, which was basically picked up by the Raiders because they cut him. So they're paying a majority of that contract. This really doesn't cost them much, if anything. Storm, I hear you. He probably needs to be coached up, but it's not like he's going right into the starting lineup today.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, so far, Poles and E Pluribus Unum, otherwise known as Eberflus, they have done a tremendous job of putting people in the right positions, and it seems to they seem to be good at motivating players. So, maybe he's like the quarterback whisperer.
Quarterback, yeah.
I won't say that though. That'll like turn everybody off.
I think a lot of these guys that he picked up, right? Nothing flashy, right?
I'm ready to argue too here.
But it seems like the kind of guys that are going to buy into the hits principle, right?
Yeah. So Crawley, I agree with you. Okay. Carl, we might need to call a doctor for you. Jenkins is significantly more skilled. Yeah. So Jenkins was a second-round pick. This guy was a first-round pick, and he was actually rated high up there. So I'm not so sure that Jenkins is significantly more skilled, maybe at this time based on his performance. I'm ready to give him a shot. The Bears have no choice.
Well,
sure it matters, buddy.
Look, they had nine offensive linemen on the original 53-man roster, right? That's what they had. It sounded like, at least from what I could tell, right, the starting lineup was pretty much set. There, I've heard some things that you might move Patrick back to guard. Let Mustafa play. Borm's position is there for now, but it sounds like he could potentially lose that spot if he doesn't perform well. I just think with the way that this team is constructed, and again, he is a former first-round pick, and again, just like all the Bears this year, some of these guys didn't perform well under that particular coaching staff. Now, Storm, I'm not going to disagree with you, right? The technique and stuff like that, it is what it is, right? But if a guy's coachable and he wants to learn and is going to put in his time, I don't see why it's not worth a shot, right? Worst case scenario. He's only going to be on the second team. I don't think he's going to be on the first team. Could you have signed him to the practice squad? Sure, maybe. Maybe he didn't want to be on the practice squad. I don't know. I don't know how that works out, but I don't know the ins and outs of that. But I'm more of the camp that I would be willing to at least give him a shot.
Me too. I'm going to pull up his some draft information on Alex Leatherwood. So from Alabama, I guess he went higher. His draft projection was second, late round.
Yeah, and so that's where I think Storm's got a good point, because he was drafted by Mayock and Gruden. I mean, that's kind of like saying you were drafted by Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I'm not even.
So they're I think that's a valid point, Storm. I think that's he probably got drafted higher.
Oh, what happened, dude?
Than where he possibly should have been or could have gone. But
yeah.
Still, I mean, if he was still even graded at a second-round pick when he came out of college, it's still talented.
No, he's very talented. So, like, there's something amiss with him. I mean, and maybe he's just not going to pan out. But I mean, literally.
Worst case scenario, you let him go. Right?
Yeah. Right. You have nothing to lose. Physical, tough, with a good effort in the run game. See, this says he has good footwork and technique. So maybe his coaching has been lousy. Maybe he's been injured. Maybe there's some things we don't know about him. Just like Jenkins, we were ready to give up on him.
Storm, I'm going to defer to you. I haven't watched any tape of the guy. I'm only going by what I've read in reports. I have not watched any film or video of the guy. It's quite possible that his technique is awful, but again, that could also be coach. I mean, look, you can make the same argument for
There's his
Justin
weaknesses.
Fields. You can make the same argument for Justin Fields last year, right?
Well,
Uh,
I mean, if you're looking at his weaknesses, I mean, there are some technique issues.
yeah,
Struggles
I
to
mean,
get low enough.
everyone
Yep.
has strengths, everyone has weaknesses, right?
Yeah. No. Amen, brother.
Right. So
All right. Yeah. So what other players did we pick off of waivers here? I just had it up. We're gonna go back to it. I think there was
I'm
another
trying to go through
defensive.
this right now.
There
I'm
was
just
another
trying to.
defensive back. I think that we
You picked up a
claimed.
defensive lineman, Armand Watts.
Yep. There we go
Uh,
from the Vikings.
And that's why Tonga went to the practice squad because he got released. I think he was on the originally 53-man roster, and they let him go because they moved him to the practice squad because they signed this guy.
Well, and Watts played in all 17 games last year. 5 sacks, 46 tackles. So it's not too bad. Sterling Weatherford, another linebacker.
Yeah, he was an undrafted rookie that was signed by the Colts, but it sounded like he played really well in the preseason. So from what little I read, like that seemed to be a little surprise. I think it was just a numbers game in. I was going to
In
say
Indy.
Baltimore. I was going to say Baltimore, but it's in Indianapolis.
You thinking of Johnny Unitas days?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You're in a time warp, man. All right, and then this is the tight end you were talking about.
Yeah, they signed him today. Yeah, they signed that tight end today. Wesco, is it?
Yeah,
they signed
Wesco,
him today.
man.
So now they're back to 3 tight ends on the roster.
Wait, who's Storm saying he might start week 1? I'm not. I was actually on the other page, buddy.
I'm not exactly sure who Storm's referring to. Storm, you can let us know who you're talking about because
who in the world are you talking about, man?
I kind of missed it. Because you're saying he might be starting week 1. But as far as like, so let me ask this question. All right. Do you think Ryan Poles is going about constructing this roster the right way? I mean, do you like the way he's kind of building this roster?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it our last show that he was going to need to, acquire talented guys off the waiver wire, and I mean, some of these guys had some good numbers on their other teams. I'm not sure why that they were released, but the Bears have so many holes, and they need to have good depth. So hopefully, the depth that they're getting from off the waiver line is better than what they had. I mean, I think that's what we're doing. Throw a bunch of at the wall.
Hey, Storm. So, like, okay, look, I guess here's my thing, right? I guess it's a fine balance, right, between the NFL is a win now league, right? That's what everyone wants. They want a winner right now.
It's a dog world out there, man.
But I can't help but to think that Ryan Poles is taking he's playing the long game. Like he's looking at next year or 2 years out, or maybe whenever it is they move to Arlington. I don't know, right?
Did you hear about that news today?
No, I did not.
Brad Biggs. I forget what show he was on. I don't really like the guy, but he was on a show, national show, that Rogers has been on before when he was talking about COVID and.
Was it Colin Cowherd?
No, not. Maybe somebody else will remember. But Brad Biggs was saying that by the end of before the ending of the Bears season this year, that there will be an announcement that the Bears are moving forward with Arlington Heights officially. Even though we all kind of know that, that's kind of yes, Pat McAfee. That's what it was. Pat McAfee show.
Storm's all over it.
That guy's obnoxious. I can't stand him.
I like Pat McAfee.
Can't stand the guy. Drives me nuts.
For the brand.
Sit down.
For the brand.
I'm gonna start standing up in our podcast, man.
Why is that?
He stands up all the time, drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
You know, wear a
It's like
tank top also for the podcast, like he does. Just like
I'll have to get rid of my farmer's tan first before I do that, man.
you know, join some professional wrestling league too.
Yeah, I figured you'd like him, Crowley. I could see Crowley and him being like
Crowley, you
best
just got back on
best
my good
buds,
side, Crowley.
man.
Look, again, so again, I think that I think Storm mentioned a 3-year plan. It's kind of that balance. There's guys you hope that you'll be able to develop over that 3 years, right? Like a guy like Tevin Jenkins is a guy you hope will solidify your line, right? A guy like Braxton Jones, you're hoping will solidify your line. You're hoping that a guy like Velus Jones will solidify your receiving core and become that speed burner that you need on your team. Hopefully Kyler Gordon and
Jaquan Brisker.
pan out and become the strong defensive players you need. But, again, they're just rookies. They're just starting to develop, right? Yeah, Crowley, that's exactly what I said, Rand, for the brand. Look, I just think that I like the way he's putting together the roster. I think it's just a balance.
You know what? The Bears are going to be competitive in 2 years. I mean, they're going to be if they do what we think they're going to do, they're going to be competitive this year and be close to 500. According to Carl, over 500. But in 2 years, man, they should be at the top of the NFC North.
Okay,
2 years.
I was going to suggest you and I haven't talked about this yet. I think we should make.
We're going to make a bet.
We should make some bold predictions on the upcoming season.
We already did this, so
I have one bold prediction.
You already said Daz Newsome was going to be hit,
and I was
then he got cut.
wrong on that, right? I think Justin Fields is going to have a better season than Aaron Rodgers.
All right, I don't agree with that at all.
No, none of you guys will agree with it, but I think Justin Fields is going to have a better season than Aaron Rodgers.
That is a really gutsy, bold prediction.
And the only reason I say that is because
Houston Texans.
Green Bay obviously has
one of the worst teams,
a tougher schedule than us, than what we have. Everyone's
Rodgers getting all his receivers in line by yelling at them and making fun of them.
Oh yeah, like that's going to make them catch the ball.
Yeah, that's wonders.
Okay.
Just wonder for your colleagues. Just make fun of them. Right, Baldy? That orange makes your head glow better.
As someone who gets yelled at all the time by coworkers, I can totally disagree with that statement.
In fact, I thought you had like a pumpkin on your head today.
I do have a good shine going tonight, I must say.
It's an orange. I think
I got the good glow working. Glow up.
You are sickly. That's what's happening.
So Crowley says, look at these great predictions. Storm says that Houston Texans will win the AFC South.
He's kidding. I'm thinking he's kidding. I think he's joking. Huh?
He believes in Lovey. Crowley says the Bears O-line will be better than Tampa's. I could buy that. I'll buy that. Tampa's offensive line is a mess right now.
I agree with the Sammy Watkins too. I'm a Sammy Watkins believer, man. I think he's going to have a good year this year.
He may be the only guy catching anything from Rodgers this year.
No. Hey, Darnell Mooney had over 1,000 yards. You think Sammy Watkins can get around 900? I think so. Sammy Watkins over under 900 yards this season.
Under.
Over.
I'm going under.
All right. That is a bet. That is a bet. And Rodgers over Fields. I'm going with Rodgers on this.
Okay. We'll have to watch that and see how that goes. But I don't know. I just think based on strength of schedule, and
Storm, when are we going to get you on? We got to get some of these guys on. Who wants to come on? Crowley, you're going to come on? Get on here.
Yeah. See, Storm's right. Under 900.
What? No.
Under.
Well, yeah,
Absolutely under.
he said Sammy Watkins is going to get hurt tying his cleats. So yeah, if that happens, he's not going to get 900 yards. He's going to
You're
get
gonna
like 300 if he's lucky.
Stormer now would be the guy pushing him as while he's trying to tie his cleats. Right? So I don't know. I think there's more move. Do you think there's more moves to be made? Or you think this is it?
I mean, there's still some free agents out there that still need to be signed, man.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Probably.
I like that. We should. If you guys want to be on, we'll have you on.
I'll have you guys on. Vic and I just kind of hang out. So yeah. No, it's all of us against Vic.
I bring it on. I'd have fun.
3-on-1. That's all we need. So
it was fun arguing about sports. I like this.
So
as much as I got ticked off at Carl.
I think they're done. I agree with Storm. I think they're done. I think this is the opening day roster you go with. Here's the other interesting thing is that they did not put N'Keal Harry on injured reserve.
I don't know.
Which means they expect him back in the first 6 weeks.
No way. There's no way he's going to be back in the first 6 weeks.
Then there's no reason not to leave him off the.
I thought he wasn't going to be back till November for some reason, what I had heard.
Right? Oh, they put Sharp on the IR. I didn't know that. Did you?
Tasha Sharp? I did not see that in the Bears press.
I didn't see that today either. I just know
I did not. I think Storm needs to be on our inside report.
He's like our beat reporter. Like that's a cutaway. We go to Storm. And now with our Bears insider report, we go to Storm.
And with the bold predictions, Matt Crowley will be assisting us.
Can we get a laugh track ready to go?
Yeah, who's gonna do our wagers, man? That's you. Oh. You're the betting man.
I'm all about. I didn't even see what the line was yet on the first game. I think we are the underdog though.
I am literally here just to irritate everybody else.
Hey, here's the other thing. Did you see that they signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a 1-year contract?
I did. Yes, but they restructured his contract. But wouldn't that tick off Trey Lance, or does it motivate Trey Lance? Like, dude, this guy is right behind me.
I saw like some great things on Twitter where it was like, when Patrick Mahomes got the keys to the car, they cut Alex Smith. Right? When Lamar Jackson took off, they cut Joe Flacco. Right? Mm-hmm. The only reason there's 2 reasons you keep Jimmy Garoppolo around. One, you don't want him to sign with the Seahawks, or your division rival.
Holy cow, man! This was 6. I'm sorry to interrupt. This is breaking news.
Okay.
Storm is right. Did you like that, Storm? I thought that was cute.
He's out for the year, huh?
With a rib injury. What did he do to his rib, man? It must be a cracked rib and like impaled into one of his organs.
Yeah.
6 hours ago. That's
Storm, I think the only reason I think part of it too is also is that maybe they don't really fully believe in Lance.
No, I don't think they do.
You know?
And they won with Garoppolo. Garoppolo can he's kind of like our he'd be like comparable to our Kyle Orton. Or Shane Matthews.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, loved by the team.
Yeah, but a short game, doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes, but doesn't wow anybody.
Yeah. I'm just kind of finding it surprising. Who knows? Trey Lance may get hurt the first game and they go back to Jimmy G. Who knows? Yeah,
I was listening to ESPN this morning on the way to work, and they were talking about Trey Lance. If he does falter, that Jimmy G might be in there the second half of the year starting. So it doesn't sound like they're that confident about him.
No.
So that's why we picked the Bears to beat the 49ers in the first game.
So would you rather have the Bears roster and situation, or would you rather have San Francisco's, where you've got like an established defense, an established offensive line, but a rookie quarterback, essentially a rookie quarterback, right? Would you rather have the San Francisco situation or the Bears situation where, you kind of got a clean slate, double the cap space of any team next year?
I want the 49ers. I would rather have the 49ers problem, man.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Okay. Storm agrees with you. Wow. That is breaking news. That's 2 for 2.
We've been agreeing more and more as we've gotten to know each other.
Yeah,
I feel.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
We're turning
Right.
on you. Established coaches too.
Yeah.
People are worried about Luke Getsy getting a head coaching job after this stint with the Bears. What do you think?
I said that the other day, didn't I?
I know.
You told me to pump the brakes.
I told you pump the brakes on how good Luke Getsy could be. Yeah, because we don't
That's
really
exactly
know that
what
yet.
you did to me.
No, I went. It sounded like a creaky door. Actually, I'm not really good at sound effects.
Look. If with the way that the national media has been criticizing this offense and this roster, and that the fact we haven't provided Justin Fields any help yet, Justin Fields was, for what it's worth, was the highest rated quarterback in preseason. If you're able to get him to 9 or 10 wins with supposedly a terrible roster, don't you say that's more about the coaching more than anything else?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bow to you, sir.
Storm agrees with me this time. So.
La fromage.
Storm, you don't think he gets more than 1 year? Like supposedly with the
French.
roster that it is, the way it is, and the offensive line the way it is, you don't think he gets more than 1 year to try to turn this thing around? Crowley, what do you think? I think he gets more than 1 year.
Wait. What are you talking about? You're talking about like if he does poorly?
That's what Storm's saying.
I don't think so.
That's the way I'm reading it.
No, he's saying. No, he's just saying if Getsy has a good year, he's just gone.
Yeah.
That's all he's saying, man.
Trubisky's a good quarterback. Crowley, you're starting to make me mad. Trubisky's a good quarterback. That's my guy.
We'll see.
I think he's going to be very successful.
I hope so. I like the guy. He's a good guy.
I think that rookie quarterback they drafted is going to be sitting for a little while with Trubisky having a great year.
I hope so. And then maybe Trubisky can get on a team that they actually plan on keeping and starting for a while. Because I don't see Pittsburgh keeping him starting. They seem to be ready for a change.
They're always ready for a change.
Yeah.
Right?
We are talking about the coaches, man. I'm just looking forward to the first game. So, let's talk about. I know it's 2 weeks away. At this point in time, we're talking about the Bears winning. What do you see as a score?
31-17.
31? Oh my God! Okay.
31-17 Bears.
Jeez.
Justin Fields throws for 2, runs for 1. Montgomery scores a touchdown, 4 touchdowns, and then Carlos Santos hits a 52-yarder.
That's really specific, buddy.
Let's see if it hits.
You've got to
save that video.
I'm going to say Bears 21 and 49ers 17.
I think we both agree on the 17, but I think they're going to score more points. Storm thinks it's 23-20.
All right. Crowley, make your bet, man.
No
thanks. No thanks what? I don't even know what he's referring to.
Crowley's thinking which way, Crowley, toward the Bears or for the Niners?
Yeah, which one is it, man?
Okay, Bears.
All right, the Barra.
So we all think the Bears are going to win the first game.
Barracuda.
Where are we going for the game anyway? Are we watching the game somewhere?
That's a Monday night, right?
No, it's a Sunday.
I thought it was the Monday
game.
Why do I think it was Monday? I'm thinking of my draft.
Our draft is this
it's the 5th. Yeah, it is Sunday. We're going out.
We're going somewhere.
Maybe Crowley, Storm. Maybe we could meet out at Mickey.
Whoever else wants to join us.
But then we got to come back and do a post game right away.
Maybe we'll do shorts from there. So
That's the tough part.
yeah,
Shorts.
Bears Packers Sunday night. Remember the
Oh,
last time we watched that?
dude.
We watched a Bears Packers Sunday night game.
We
The last
were
time we
going
did that?
crazy. It was Khalil Mack. his
Khalil Mack's first game. Yeah.
Oh, it was insane. Insanity. What's up,
James,
Jim?
how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, look, there was a great first half, and then we went home
Hey,
because we
won't
both
be
had
able
to
to
work the
hear.
next day. We
you won't
both
be
went
able to
home and
hear
we're like,
from
what
the
the hell
bar.
happened?
No, we were deflated in the second half. We were there.
Yeah.
We were there. It was like the whole bar was excited. Everybody was shouting, giving high fives, and then sure enough, everybody's like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
Typical Bears.
Well, Crowley, that might be possible because I know the guy that owns Chasers. So
Yeah, and where
shout
would
out
we
to
do-
Pete.
Where would we do that at Chasers?
They got a party room in the back. We'll figure it out, right? Storm, I love your comments, but we can't post them
Yeah, James and
for
Mickey
the
Finn.
replay, right? Finn's is always an option because it's half price pizza on Finn's on Sundays.
Yeah, I like that.
That's always an option, right?
I'm all good. I'm all good if we go there. If we could find a spot to post, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. It'll be interesting because the Sunday crowd at Finn's is always interesting. It's always a lot of families, and we'll see how the Bears crowd is that particular day. But yeah, we'll see.
That's right, man. All right,
So-
this dad's got to go pick up his son.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. James, I know you just joined us. Sorry we weren't able to stay on longer tonight, but thanks everyone for tuning in. We do appreciate you. If you have any chance, you hit the like, subscribe.
Love all the comments.
We really appreciate you guys. Again, we got something special coming for you guys here in a couple weeks. We're working on something.
Well,
on the
after we
backside.
see how special it
Yeah,
is.
we'll see how it
You're-
James. So lad, James, that might be a Fins might be a very strong possibility on
Yeah, that'd be
opening
cool to
day.
meet some people. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. We'll leave you guys the details to let you know. We'll check you guys out in the next video. Peace
Love.
and digits.